Useless was a sales advisor at Best Auto Sdn Bhd, a well-known car dealer in Johor Bahru. He worked there for 2 years after finishing his secondary school.
One day, his mother made him useful, called useless.
Hello, useless.
Yes, mom. What's wrong?
Are you busy right now?
What?
Are you busy right now?
No, I'm work right now. Why?
I want to talk to you about something.
About what?
Useless, I want you to return to Ipoh
For what?
because I want you to further your study in accountancy.
But mom, I already work for 2 years.
But you need to have education, you know. KPM Ipoh will give you a big chance.
So, I will think about that. If I continue my study, what you can give me?
I will give you monthly expenses, which amount RM 1,000, and you can live at my terrace house. How about that?
I will think about that. Later, I will inform you as soon as possible.
Make sure you inform me very, very soon, okay?
Alright, I try my best.
Okay, bye.
Talk to you later.
Take care.
Alright, bye.
I love
Take
you.
care too. Love you too.
I love you, son.
Bye.
Bye.
Taking that as a great opportunity, Useless agreed to that offer. After 6 months of his return, there was a misunderstanding between Useless and Madam Useful. His mother stopped giving the expenses and asked him to leave the house he was living in. Useless was very frustrated.
Alright, for the first section, in this case, Madam Useful and Useless is consideration. First is issue. The issue in this case is whether Useless can take legal action against his mother for the monthly expenses as well as the vacant position of the house. The second one is law. Refer to the section 26, submission A, contract Act 1950. Promise made on account of natural love and affection between parties standing in near relation to each other. We can refer to the case Quantagman vs. Leo Samli, 1963. Defendant rent ground floor premise owned by X. X transferred the property to the plaintiff. Then X passed away. Transfer of property is settled 2 months after X's death. When asked by plaintiff to vacate the premise, defendant refused and claimed that plaintiff has no right since no consideration given by plaintiff to X. The court held that the transfer is valid since it fulfills Section 26, Submission A.
Applying to the law, which is Section 26, Submission A, Contract Act 1950, one useful offer Useless to give monthly expenses, which is RM 1,000 and terrace house, if he agreed to return to Ipoh and further the study. After 6 months, one useful stopped giving a monthly expenses to Useless and asked Useless to leave the terrace house because there was a misunderstanding between Madam Useful and Useless. And the last one is conclusion. As a conclusion, I submit that Users cannot take a legal action, again, Madam Useful, because the agreement is not valid and not fulfill condition of Section 26 Submission A Contract Act 1950.
The second element is intention. The issue in this case is whether Useless can take legal action against his mother or not. Refer to the Contract Act 1950. Contract Act 1950 is silent on the intention to create legal relations. But case law clearly dictates the necessity of this requirement. The need for parties to show intent to contract is important. Reference can be made to English law, where intention to create legal relations can be recognized by using the objective test. To recognize intention to create legal relation in an agreement, the court will look at whether the agreement is of family or social arrangement or of commercial purpose. The contract will presume intention of parties based on this contract. Also refer to the case of Jones v. Benevetti 1969. In this case, a mother made a promise to her daughter that she would pay her an allowance $200 a month and provide her with a house if she moved to England and studied for the bar. And the court held that the mother held title to the house as the agreement was purely domestic.
Alright, the next one is agreement. Applying to the above law, Madam Useful offered to provide Useless 1,000 ringgit as his monthly expenses and a single-story terrace house if Useless agreed to further study. Due to misunderstanding between them, Madam Useful stopped giving monthly expenses and asked him to leave the terrace house.
Lastly is conclusion. As a conclusion, Useless cannot take a legal actions against Madam Useful because the agreement between them is not a legal agreement. The parties don't have any intentions to make a legal agreement.